Hi, it's Jason with DDH Hunting Properties. We got a brand new listing for you in Wild Rose, Wisconsin. The great thing about this pole shed is you can fit everything in here. A little over 1,200 square feet. It's got 3 bedrooms, 1 full bath. It has brand new everything basically. Hi, it's Jason with DDH Hunting Properties. We got a brand new listing for you in Wild Rose, Wisconsin, and let's go check it out. Two of my favorite features about this property are the pole sheds. I have one over here that is not heated, and then one over here that's got some special features to it that we'll go check out. The great thing about this pole shed is you can fit everything in here, from classic cars to fishing boats to your UTVs. It has it all. And you can also have a lift in here if you want to work on these. The great thing about this property here in this pole shed, it has in-floor heating, so you don't even need shoes in here. Fully insulated, it's got electrical throughout, and it's got a nice little workshop back here that you can put some extra stuff in there if you want to work on some different projects. This pole shed's a little different than the other one. This one's set up where you can run a business, or you can throw all your extra toys in here, like your tractor for your food plots and work on the land. It's got cement floors, it's got electrical, not insulated, and you can use this shed anything from running a business to extra storage. So these are the type of things that I look for in a deer hunting property, and you should also, is I always look for sign of bucks, obviously. And as you can see, this buck rub here is a good sign for us. The trail system through this property is amazing. It's a very set up for bedding, as you can tell by the pines everywhere. Deer love to lay in this. This is their bedding area. But the trail systems throughout this property are one of the best that I've seen in a smaller property. And when I say small, I'm talking 10 to 20 acre parcels. If you have the bedding, you have the deer, and you hold the deer, and that's what this property is about. It is loaded with pines, it is loaded with bedding, and you'll have the deer going in and out to their food sources. Just because this property is a great bedding property doesn't mean you can't draw them in with a nice food plot of your own located right behind one of your pole sheds. And you can grow anything from clover to soybeans and draw these deer in.
Hey, Tim here from Analogics Outdoors. Next up on Deer and Deer Hunting Properties, we're going to talk about how to utilize old decaying wood and create an out-of-the-box mineral site. You're watching Deer and Deer Hunting Properties. Hey, Tim Newman from Analogics Outdoors. Today we're talking about outside the box ways to utilize minerals, and when you would use this application would be if you're in an area that might not have high quality soils. So when I say not high quality soils, if you're in highly sandy areas, the deer don't like to ingest minerals in the sand. They just naturally don't like ingesting sand. So what we can do in those applications is actually utilize decaying logs and stumps to be the carrier of the mineral. So in perfect black soil, you can put the minerals right into the dirt. The deer are going to ingest the dirt. But if you don't have that good black dirt, these types of stumps are perfect. So what I'm looking for with the wood is the kind that is decaying to the point that it's becoming spongy. So like when I'm pulling apart the heart of this wood, it's like there's black dirt in there almost. It's decayed to the point where I can rip it apart with my fingers. And if I squeeze it, you can actually see some moisture coming out of that wood. So what I'm gonna do with this site is I'm going to put the granular mineral dirt 180 in between, like basically using it as a trough on the middle part of the stump. I'm gonna put the mineral dirt 180, I'm gonna put the block right on top, and then I'm gonna pour the whiteout liquid on top of all of it. So what this is gonna do is gonna create a mineral site that the deer are going to utilize throughout the entirety of the growing season, and they'll be able to come back here and not have to ingest like a sandy or poor quality soil at the time that we're doing it. So let me show you how easy this is. It's as easy as that. Now we set up the trail camera, watch the pictures roll in.
You know, it's starting to heat up here in Minnesota, and that means that spring is right around the corner. And with spring, we know that those whitetails are going to start looking for minerals as they go into the growing season. And the fun fact is it's important to establish those mineral sites early, you know, long before those whitetails actually need those minerals. This gives them time to find those sites, as well as gives you time to establish a whole bunch of them so that you're not scrambling to get them set up. And those whitetails know exactly where they are so that when they need those minerals, they'll be able to go right to the spot that they are on your property.
This house on this property is fully renovated. It is a little over 1,200 square feet, completely redone, that you don't have to do anything but move in your own personal stuff. Hey, if you're looking at buying a property, one of the first things you want to do is inventory the trees that are on that property before you sign on the dotted line. One thing that I'd like to find out is what percentage of the trees are native and what percentage of the trees are non-native or invasive. This is going to be a huge step for managing that property for deer, turkeys, and other wildlife, because if you have a lot of non-natives on there, you need to have a plan. No matter how big that property is, it's really going to affect what you can do hunting-wise in attracting more critters to that property. What I like to do is look at them for number one, aesthetic value, and then number two, for what value they're going to provide for cover or food. Right here, a lot of box elder on this property that I'm looking at. A lot of people will look at a box elder and say that's a junk tree. Well, from a firewood or timber perspective, yes it is, but this is actually a member of the maple species, which is actually good deer browse. And if you cut these things down, that's really good browse, really easy, and it grows up fast. Do I want to have a lot of box elders? No, I'm going to manage that, but that's not a terrible species to have. Obviously, we want to have our oaks and our maples and our chestnuts if you have them, but non-natives are the things that I really key on, because those are the ones that can really take a lot of time to manage. Some examples would be black locust. Other examples would be even the understory shrub species of like Japanese barberry, bush honeysuckle, autumn olive, buckthorn, things like that. If you are overrun with those things, in some cases, if that property is big, you're going to have to enlist the help of a professional to help you with it, or maybe a forestry service. If it's a small property, sometimes I could do that myself. An example on locust trees, if you just have a small cluster of them, you can manage that, but it's going to take more than just mechanical needs like cutting them down,
because those things will sucker up and make it really thick. What happens with non-natives or invasive species is they choke out all those preferred species for deer, and that's really gonna affect how much native browse you can provide. Food plots are great, food plots provide good food, but you need food year round and you need good cover. You need good winter cover, overwinter cover, and you need good fawning cover if you wanna have a lot of deer on your property. So before you decide on that dotted line, make an inventory of the trees that are on that property. And again, you want more than just cover. Cover is great, but you wanna have food. And not only that, you wanna have trees that are gonna help benefit the other species, the shrub species around them, which is gonna make this an overall fantastic property for wildlife.
The house on this property is a little bit over 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 1 full bath, and it has been renovated. From brand new roof to new siding, everything is done for you. All you need to do is bring your furniture and your food and you're ready to go. Let's go check it out. In the house, it has been done to a 10. So what you'll see when you walk in these doors is a completely renovated property. From the flooring, to the ceiling, to the kitchen cabinets, to the countertops. A great island that can be used as an island or a kitchen table for any of your holidays. All you need to do is bring the food for your new appliances. The great feature about this house, it's open concept. Open concept means you guys can entertain from the kitchen to watching your favorite football team on the big screen or watching your favorite deer out here browsing around. After an evening of entertaining friends and family down in your beautiful entertainment area in the living room, you can crawl up to the loft where this could be your master bedroom. And as you can see, it's been completely renovated also with new flooring. You got the knotty pine, and you got 2 big, beautiful windows to look out the backyard or a beautiful view of the front yard. This house is full of surprises. They used every inch of this house so that nothing is wasted. Check out this closet. Knotty pine, fit all your clothes and then some. Bedroom on the main floor, you can use it as your master and convert the loft into another area for entertaining, or you can use this as a guest bedroom. It's got wood accent throughout on the ceiling, on the sides, newer flooring. It's got rope throughout as an accent that flows right from the kitchen living room area, and windows on both sides so you have beautiful views in the morning or in the evening catching sunrises or sunsets. We're here down on the lower level and we have the laundry on the right and extra storage over here on the left. And then we also have another full bedroom down here with a full closet. As you can see, completely renovated, awesome windows so that you don't feel like you're down in the basement. So you got a full legal bedroom down here along with a full closet. We have a full bathroom on the main floor here of this house. It has the same beautiful wood throughout the accent of the house, along with the rope that is coming from the kitchen. And the best part about this bathroom is a tile shower. And it's not a little one, it's for anybody. You can be 7 foot tall and fit into this one. There you go. We had another great property today at Deer Hunting Properties. If you'd like more information, check it out at deerhuntingproperties.com. Coming up on Deer Hunting Properties, what's the difference between purchasing land and what's the difference of purchasing a home? That's what we're going to get into today. Hey, it's Jason Rickman with DDH Properties, and today we're going to talk about buying land versus buying a home. What are the differences? What are the similarities? So first, let's talk about land. So land has a bunch of different things on it that are important to different buyers. Number one is, does it have food? Does it have water? Does it have bedding? Does it have mature trees? That's another important thing. Location is important to some people, right? The closer you are to major cities, the more buyers that are going to be involved probably on that property. And the more buyers typically brings a higher value to that property. So that's important also. And then obviously when we establish our price, we want to stay within that. So those are factors that might be subtracted or added. So when we look at land, the first thing we do is we put boots on the ground, right? We get out there and we walk it. Now, if it's all just scrub brush and not mature trees and we're putting blinds in there, no problem. You know, that's gonna obviously affect the price and it's gonna affect how many buyers are really interested in that property. But probably one of the most important things when we're walking that land is, you know, how wet is this property? Is it all wet? Is it something where I need something with tracks on it? Or is it something where part of it is wet and part of it is higher? You know, those are the things that go into when you price a property and when you're buying a property. Surveys is another big important part of looking at a property. I like to see if they already have posts established. If they don't, that's okay. With today's technology, with the apps that we have at our disposal, we can get pretty darn close to a lot of the corners and the edges so we have a good idea. But a survey is never a terrible idea to have if it hasn't had it before. I've had buyers say, oh no, I don't need a survey, and then afterwards they do a survey and it wasn't what they wanted. So if you're really nitpicky or you're really tight on a boundary on that property, get the survey done. Now, in some of these competitive bidding situations, you're not going to be able to do that. So that is one of the chances you might have to take if there's a bunch of bidders involved on it. The other thing is inspection of the property. Not too much to do with inspections on the property, you know, unless there's a structure on there. So inspections on a home, way different. Now that we're done looking at land, we gotta have a property we're gonna live in. We don't wanna buy a house that looks like it's crumbling without an inspection. When we look at that property, we do a walk around the outside first, and we take a look at, hey, how does the roof look? Does it look good? Yeah, no, I'm not a roofer, and I'm not an expert in it, but we take a look to see, does it look like it's in pretty good shape? We look at the siding. That's the other thing. Is there any major holes in there? Is there anything going on there? How about the exterior of the windows? Take a look at the landscaping. Hey, does it look good? Is it a visually good looking property? And then we enter the house. And from there, we take a look at the layout and we look at what's included. What's the stove, refrigerator, dishwasher? So when we're looking at that property, we're looking at the age of the property also. We might have a new construction that just got built, or we have one that's 20 years old. What are some of the benefits of getting a new construction? Well, it's new. And typically they have at least a 1-year warranty on that property. So you have peace of mind. You probably either had it built exactly the way you want it, or it was spec'd out to be what majority of people want. So there's not a lot you have to do or worry about. You just get to move in your furniture and go. Where a home that's 20 years old, you're starting to get to some wear and tear items. You're starting to get to the furnace, the central air, the roof. You're getting to some windows. You're getting to things that you might have to start putting money into over the next 5 to 10 years. So make sure you have something from either the previous seller or go ahead and get those tested.